Today I have Yvette, who is the owner, the creator of the beautiful line, the beautiful product called Tidbits and Treasures. And we carry quite a bit of her product here, everything from her hot air balloons to her journals and stuff she does with bottles and all kinds of
plethora
stuff. All kinds of fun things. And so I'm going to go ahead and just spend a few moments here with her and invite you guys to join with us. And the first question that I do want to ask you, Yvette, is in regards to how did you start with Tidbits and Treasures, or what gave you like your start with what you're creating now?
Well, my mom was always creative, so she was always doing stuff, making stuff, breaking down stuff, redoing things. So I got that kind of sentimental.
Yeah.
So I got that from her, and I always made things for people. My brother would buy expensive, extravagant gifts, and I would make things. But because I was thinking all these little things, I would have to say Kathy Jansen, Shelley Levine, and my mom were the three big ladies to help me, because my mom with all the creativity in my home, and then I've always been like a scrapbooker, and so but I would get really frustrated because I wasn't the type to use stickers if they bothered me, because I couldn't do just perfect. So my part was journaling. I loved to get the pictures down, and I had to have it journaled. So I always knew right then that I was sentimental.
Yeah.
And so Kathy Jansen, she's the director of our homeschool charter school.
Okay.
And very creative lady, and very kind of like yourself, where she's like into supporting women and encouraging women, because she's teaching ladies how to teach their kids how to homeschool.
Gotcha.
And she's lovely. I love her. And so she brought out all these little things, and it just sparked me, because I had done recycled art. I taught that class there and everything, but just one year we have like a 10:30 class where she gets all the moms together and she encourages them, and they do this, and it's called a mom's class or something, I forgot. And she had like these little toilet paper rolls that she made all shabby chic, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. And then Rochelle brought and said, oh, look at, my mom made this for me when I was little, and it was a little brown paper bag, like a little book.
Okay.
And so I started making that for a couple friends in my CrossFit class that had babies. I made like little baby books out of brown paper bags, and so it just sparked me. And then Kathy was like, oh, look it, let me show you this. And I just kept going, and my husband goes, gosh, baby, you have all this stuff in the house, what are you going to do with it? And I said, I was doing like shadow boxes, and I said, I don't know, I guess I'll try to sell it, but can't really, I didn't have the means to sell it. So then one day my friend Shelley, she's the lady who hired me to work at Clark's, so I did the demos and everything. And she goes, Yvette, I want you to make a book for Angelique for her 18th birthday, and I want it to have all the months, and I want the months to be color coordinated, and I want the scriptures to go along with the colors. Like August is green, and and so, oh my gosh, that was like hard. I was like, oh my gosh, it stretched me. And that's one thing about Shelley, is that she always comes up with a project that stretches me, and then I have to think, and I have to just do it.
Yeah.
And then a whole new baby bursts.
Yes.
So I did the book for her, and I had to use the fat rings, and it was like fat. Well, her best friend saw it at the birthday party, and her best friend loved it and said, oh my gosh, this is like worth $100. So she's bought, I think, 9 to 11 from me throughout the years.
Gotcha.
So, and then I just started making little journals,
Which we have.
we
have.
My
right
friend
here.
from Bunko said, Yvette, since your Bunko theme is recycled art, recyclables,
Yeah.
she goes, do you have anything I can buy for $10? And I said, you know what, I'll make a little journal. So then I made little tiny journals, which ended up being my biggest thing. So then, thanks to Melanie, I started making smaller journals than my bigger ones, and so then I'll be like, oh, I'm sentimental, so I like baby books. So I started making baby books, and I started making wedding books and guest books, and
Incredible.
you know, and then it just was just like seeing little things, and I just was like, it just goes off. I'm amazed. I'll be like, oh, I want creativity, Lord, and then all of a sudden I'll get all the stuff.
This whole, yeah.
And now I'm like, okay, now I need time to do it all.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, if I just keep looking at you, I won't be so nervous after.
Oh yeah. That's why I told you, we're just conversating anyways, we're just talking. I think that's awesome. I hear you when you're sharing right now. A few things that stick out to me. One is the influence and the what's been imparted into you because of your mom and other people in your family, how that's made such an imprint on you that it's helped you to pave a new way and in doing what you're doing and what you're creating. You know, like I always say, when the beauty about having something that's handcrafted or handmade is that, number one, it's one of a kind, it's unique, of course, you know, but knowing that your story is being put into each of these pieces, there's that love, that dedication, that attention to detail that you're putting into it, and that really makes these gifts, these items, so special and so of high importance, I'd like to say, and that's why we do the shop talks, because it's our way of being able to convey your story and share your story with everybody. And it looks like my camera is falling over here, but you know,
Don't fall.
I know, right? Just being able to share with people your story and what it is that you've created, or even your creative process, hearing how someone will plant a seed in you.
Yeah.
You know, somebody that you know, and it ignites something in you, or it, like you said, it stretches you, it challenges you to go outside of what you normally know, let's say, and come up with another creative process or a way of approaching or
working with something new, like wood or
right. Because you have product in here that's been made with glass, paper. What else? What other fabrics or fibers would you say?
I do paper mache.
Paper mache.
I do mixed media, like I'll do paper on canvas.
On canvas,
you know,
right.
I'll do paper on glass. My love is paper. I'm a paper fetish. I scrapbooking, I had always, if I liked a piece of paper and I only used half of it, I would put the other half away.
Yeah, because you'd figure out a way to be resourceful with it.
So I was like, that's too pretty, I can't throw it away.
Right,
you know?
right.
So I think that's how I asked everybody, hey, I need to come up with a name, and I remember I wanted junk or trash, and all my friends were like, no! Like now, that's a big thing.
Right.
And I thought, well, I make tidbits out of, you know, and I was like, tidbits to treasure, and it has like two different meanings, because it's tidbits to a treasure, or it's little tidbits to treasure. You know what I mean? And I was like, so yeah, that was fun. But I did like a little survey on Facebook, and everybody was like, no, don't do anything with junk or treasure. And now I'm like,
or
see, y'all know
no junk, no trash, no.
Yeah, no trash to treasure, no junk to you know. You know.
Well, they do say, like, you heard that term where they say, oh, what's one man's junk is another man's treasure,
Exactly.
though, you know, and there's truth to that, you know. It seems that there's no doubt that the wave of upcycling is definitely on a huge roar. You know, everyone is looking for, are you going to throw that away? You know, it's like, if you're going to throw it away.
I looked over there.
But, you know, and then they, you know, people are dumpster diving and grabbing things out of the trash and saying, oh, this has character, it has a story, I want it. I mean, that's in essence too kind of what's happened here at Sundapple, you know, because there's a lot of things in here that have been upcycled, you know, and that we're making, you know, creating beautiful displays out of, and you know, giving new life to something that was trash, but giving it new meaning and giving it new life. And so I think that's beautiful, and I'm glad that you got to share with everybody a little bit about how you came up with your name and the meaning behind the name as well. But I know your introduction to Sundapple, let's talk a little bit about how our relationship began and where that seed was planted with you, because someone told you about the shop, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So let's go back to that time. Talk to me about that a little bit.
Well, for over 3 years, I've been in a shop called Vintique.
Okay.
And so I was in there, and just a few months back, I was at the counter talking with Bobby, and she goes, hey, there's a shop. you need to know these ladies, like, and she handed me her phone, and it said Sundappled, and she had me look, and she really liked she liked that shirt right there, the blouse.
The blouse.
She's like, I really love that blouse. And she's like, you need to go there. I think you'd really like it. You know, I think you'd really fit in. They have like a thing called Women's Circle. And I was like, okay. But at the time, I was like kind of like overwhelmed with getting ready for the conference. And I had to make journals for somebody, you know, and so much going on. But I was just like, okay, I'll try. And I came, and you guys were like wonderful. And I was like, oh my gosh, you know. But you always wonder, like, is it meant to be, you know? And at the moment, I was like, just do it, Yvette, just go, you know. So Mike and I came here, and you guys.
And I think both my sister and I were here that day, right?
Yeah,
we were
both of you guys.
We were both here that day when you came by.
But I sent you guys a picture of my stuff, and you guys were like, oh my gosh, and bring it. And I was like, oh, that's so wonderful, you know. Because for me, it's important that my stuff is in the right shop for it. You know,
right.
I have to be in a shop where there's handcrafted, where people are coming in to look for gifts, and I do better in like little gift shops.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. And I think that's pretty wonderful about you is that that to me says a lot about you as far as being seasoned as a artist, as a vendor, as a creator. Something very important you just said right now. You have to feel like you fit in, like you're sensitive to that idea of knowing that like there's a very specific place or an environment or an arena for your product, you know, and you want to make sure that you're in those types of places. You know, you're not just going to put yourself somewhere, you know, like you're going to really take the time to make sure that it's a good fit. You know what I mean? Kind of like, so I think that that's really wonderful that you approach it that way, and knowing that that's going to be better for your product, your name as well, and then also better for wherever it is that you're being put in.
Well, and people that appreciate.
Right. Exactly. Sorry, guys.
Store.
Just a little bit of minor adjustments here on the camera.
The camera thing, nice.
I know.
I just want to show my, you know, my curvies.
It keeps going like that. So, but I think
just
that's.
Don't go up my nose.
I know, right? And so I think that. I think that's really wonderful. It says a lot about you as far as like, again, you being seasoned in what you're creating in your craft and stuff like that. I think that's really wonderful. You know, like I've said before, it's always important for us to be able to have these shop talks because it's our way of engaging the audience with the people that are creating the product. And I think that it's beautiful that they get to see a little bit and hear a little bit of your story and knowing the meaning behind the name of your product and what you're creating. What I'd like you to share, if you don't mind, is it looks like we just received Christmas from you. So what can people talk about what you have in the shop right now for the season we're in, which is October. So let's talk about what you have currently here, which is
like altered bottles. I have a few like little journals that are, and I've never made like Halloween journals or Christmas journals. This is my first year doing that. Okay. I've always just made regular journals, and then the banners I've made like seasonal, or you know, or like little gift tags. But I've never made journals for like Halloween or Christmas. So this is my first year.
Awesome.
So it's the first year for Tidbits Treasure to do a journal that actually had Halloween on it, because you know.
Which these are really cute. These are really, really adorable.
And I make it probably takes me about an hour and a half to finish each one from start to finish.
Okay.
Because I dye all these. I cut these from a big thing of tulle. I cut all the chipboard.
And then you also you do your dye like with the ink, the distressing out. So see, I think that's important for you guys to know. Okay, you just mentioned you dye. So she's dyeing the ribbon, you guys.
Yeah, because I buy it white in LA.
Got you.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
Just because that's just how I am.
Right. Yeah. No.
And everything by scratch.
Right. So she's really putting the love and the time and the effort into it, and you know these journals are really cute. Talk about what you have on the inside. Explain what
it's a little pocket page because I'm sentimental, and I think it's good to have like a little area, like if you have a receipt, or if you have like a little note that somebody gave you and you really want to put it in there. And then these are just like little journal tags that I didn't want to look too plain, but you could journal on the other side.
Very cool.
You know, and so I always have those in there, and it's just sometimes I think I do a little bit too much sometimes, but then I try to like cut back, and I just wasn't having it.
Right.
I was like, I can't do that.
Right. So
You
see,
know.
there's a real mind behind the product. There's a real thought process that's going into creating these beautiful little journals, and they make great gifts. They really do. We have a couple here that have Halloween theme on them right now. As you can see, this one is one. We also have one. I'm gonna get up for a second so you guys can see it because I want to show you guys. But we also have one that says trick or treat. Isn't that adorable? And again, look at her ribbons and everything. The process, like she was sharing with you just a minute ago. And this one has, it looks like it has like a floral on the inside of the pocket here. And then she has a cute little kitty cat with the pumpkin. So this is some of her Halloween, right? And then you also did bottles. You did some
bottles. I did
I'm gonna
some
show
banners.
you. I'm gonna show you some bottles here. So here's one of the bottles.
And I like this bottle because it's called Paramel glass and it's pinched. So I didn't want to paint it.
Gotcha. You want people to see?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
That
like a
okay.
really nice bottle.
So these make really. I mean, if you're like me, I like to decorate my house throughout the seasons. This kind of stuff is like awesome to have and display in your home, on a mantle, maybe in your entryway when you come into your home. Like when you want to decorate it all festive for Halloween. These great bottles make a wonderful addition to that. Now let's talk about the big kahuna here.
My brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually, it was funny because he knows that I like to collect like whiskey and wine and glass,
Yeah, glass bottles.
And he's like, hey, Yvette, I have a black Patron bottle. And my brother-in-law actually painted the inside of this.
Okay.
And he gave it to me, and I was like, Leonard, I don't need to paint the outside. You already did the inside, so I just decorated it. Yeah.
So this is a nice, a cool bottle here as well, and you can always add it to your home decor for the fall Halloween season. And these are items that are currently here right now at Sundapple.
I even put the thing on fire.
So cute. Oh, I know. See, that's what I'm saying. See, all these little things, these little accents that Yvette is doing to what she's creating. There's a method to, I won't say to your madness,
Oh,
but
I
there's
was just gonna say that. But my husband, he helps me. He was like, hey babe, you should put like fire or like burn it or something,
burn it.
So he helps me a lot. He'll say, that needs a little something more. And, oh babe, that looks good, you know.
So that's I'm not even giving you the full preview of what she's brought in for Halloween. She has a great, cute little Happy Halloween banner that she made out of chipboard, and she's it's just really, really cute. One of you needs to come and pick this up and add it to your decor for your home during the Halloween season. Here's another bottle that she's done, which I think this one's really pretty too.
That's like a milk bottle.
This is so cool.
It's an old milk bottle.
And it says Thorn of a Rose on the front right here. Very, very cool bottle. So those are just some of the things that she's brought in for the fall, for the Halloween. And this phone keeps on falling.
She's being gracious.
I know, right? There we go. Okay. And so let's talk a little bit then now about what we just received from Yvette. It's literally at the front of the desk over there in some boxes. She brought in new product for the shop that we're going to be having here. I mean, Christmas is already being sold everywhere. Big Lots, Hobby Lobby, everywhere. So I mean, we kind of have to.
I start in July.
Right, I know, right?
Start making everything in July.
So Yvette has brought to us some Christmas stuff. So why don't we talk a little bit about the Christmas that you brought, and that way we can just prepare them so that you guys can be ready to come on down and purchase Christmas here at Sundapple. So let's talk about that.
Well, I have hot air balloons that are Christmas ones. Like I have one that I made from scratch. That's paper mache. That's the teal and red one. And then I have the ones that the lamps. The lanterns that I alter.
Yeah.
So those are the altered ones because I didn't make it from scratch.
Uh-huh.
And so I have those, and I've done a couple banners. I've done bottles. I have more bottles. I have a lot of gift tags. I brought you a lot of gift tags.
Very cute.
I have like little handmade paper ornaments.
Oh, how
that have
pretty.
glitter on them. Simple.
Yeah.
And I made those cheap, ready to go. So they're like $2.
Okay. great.
So,
See, and little things like that, like even like her little, you said your little ornaments and stuff like that, they make great accents too. Like let's say if you want to wrap a gift and you want to add a little extra something to, you can always attach one of her ornaments to it just to decorate the bag more, or give it to someone as a gift. They can hang it during the Christmas holiday somewhere in their home, whether it's on their tree or somewhere else throughout the house. But you know, again, because it's handcrafted, it says something more, in my opinion, like knowing that you picked up something that was not massively produced, something that someone really put some time and effort into. And then you could attach a nice little tag that says, you know, handcrafted, made just for you, you know, or something, just to add that little extra flair to it. But knowing that it's handcrafted to me is like, I mean, geez.
Just being original and one of a kind.
Yes, exactly. Absolutely. So you're going to want to come on down to Sundapple and pick up some of these handcrafted goods. We're still, what are we at? The 17th, 18th of the month. So we're, you know, yes, we're in the middle of October almost, but there's still some beautiful Halloween decor that you can come down and pick up here at the shop that was created by Yvette. And then of course you can also look into purchasing some Christmas product here as well that was made exclusively here, or made by Yvette. And so yeah, I think that we've had a great time just kind of interacting with you a little bit. This will not be the last time you hear from Yvette. We'll have her in again for another shop talk just to kind of interact with her and to hear where she's at in her creative process and what she's making. But she can be found at a few other businesses, local businesses, other boutiques, and I'd like you just to go ahead and why don't you name some of the other boutiques that you're at besides Sundapple?
Oh, like C'est La Vie in Pasadena. It's a French store. So you can, and Sylvia's French, so
Yep.
it's cool to hear her talk. I'm like, talk some more, Sylvia. Vintique Alley, that was Bobby gave me my first consignment opportunity, and from there it just kind of got addicting. Rosie's Cottage, that's in Elsinore.
Okay.
Rosie, Gypsy, and Antiques, etc. in Upland.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So we're really excited for Yvette as she continues to grow her business, and you know, just we're really big on women serving women here at Sundapple Boutique, and this is what it looks like. It looks like being able to share with all our other fellow business owners, whether they're here in Claremont or in Upland or Riverside or Elsinore or Pasadena, that we are all in this together and that we can work together and collaborate with one another and share with each other resources. Yvette is here at Sundapple because Bobby told her about Sundapple, and we are so very grateful for that. We want to give a shout out to
Thank
Bobby
you,
there at
Bobby.
Vintage Alley, correct?
Vintique Alley.
Vintage Alley, yes.
Oh my gosh.
We want.
Yeah.
So you know, we want to acknowledge her. We want to acknowledge her and say thank you for sending Yvette our way and allowing her to be a part of the shop here as well. And we just continue to do that. We pay it forward. We share the information, and we know that there's more than enough for everybody involved. And so we want to share with you the work of Yvette and give her a moment to just shine her light and to share what she is doing here, as well as the other boutiques and local businesses that she is featured in as well. So if you're in Lake Elsinore, you can find her somewhere there. If you're in Upland, you can find Yvette. If you're in Pasadena, if you're here in Claremont, she is all in those areas of
In
town.
Temecula, they're in the process of moving, but that one was Serendipity.
Okay,
so they're moving.
Serendipity as well. So keep an eye out for Yvette and take a look at all those other boutiques or other local businesses whenever you're in those areas of town. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add to the bottom of this YouTube video, I'm going to add the locations of those other businesses with either their Instagram page or their website. I'll make sure to put that in there so you can click on, you can take a look at what they're doing, and you can go and visit those local businesses as well and show support to the local business and the local artists as well. So you guys all have a great day today. Thanks for sitting in with us and watching this video with us, and we look forward to meeting you on our next shop talk.
Yes,
have a
all
great
those
day.
ladies are lovely in the other shops.
Yay!
Thank you.
Thanks everybody.
Bye.